this video, we're working through factorising harder quadratics. We're going to start with the easiest exam question and work through to the hardest. Pause the video, have a go, and we'll go through it together, step by step. Factorise 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. So what makes these different to the ones we've done before is that there's a 2 in front of this x squared. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to draw our two brackets because it's still a quadratic. Now, one of these brackets needs to start with a 2x and then the other one just needs an x. That way, when we multiply it out, whether you use the table or a different method, you will get 2x squared in this position here. Now we still look at the last term, the plus 2 part, and think about what two numbers multiply to make that. So we're going for 1 and 2. Now we just don't know which way round they go. So what you need to do is you need to try them in the table and check. So if we tried 2x plus 1 and x plus 2, and then we work out what the table gives us, we've already got the 2x squared. Then we've got x times 1 is x, 2 times 2x, which is 4x, and our last term, which is 2. And we need to check this middle term. So 4x plus 1x does give us 5x. So this is what we're looking for. If this hadn't worked, we would try it the other way round in the table until we get the one that does work. Anyway, for this one, we've got 2x plus 1, x plus 2. Factorise 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. So again, we need our brackets. We can see it starts with a 2x, so we need one of the brackets to have 2x and the other to have x. We can see everything is positive. And now we're looking at this 12 at the end. So what options have we got? We've got 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And we can try them all through, or we can start to think about it. So one of these is going to get doubled and the other one is going to stay as it is because we've got one that's 2x and one that's just x. So if we doubled the one that's 1 and 12, we could either have 2 and 12 or 1 and 24, and that doesn't give us 10 in the middle in any way. So which one will? Have a little think about it. So I think we need the 4 and the 3 because if we doubled the 3, we'd get 6. And then we add the 4 on, we'd get 10. So I think it needs to be plus 4 and plus 3. And I'm going to try that now in this table. So I've got 2x plus 4 and x plus 3. So I know I've got my 2x squared. Then I've got x times 4 is 4x. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times 4 is 12. And then if I combine these two terms in x, I can see I have 10x. So I need 2x plus 4, x plus 3. Factorise 3x squared minus 13x minus 10. So two brackets. We need 3x squared, so that's going to be a 3x and just an x. We've got a negative at the end, so we know we've got one positive term and one negative term. And we need to make 10. So we can use 1 and 10 or 2 and 5, and one of those needs to be a negative. And then in the middle, we need this negative 13x. So draw your table, put your 3x and x, that gives us 3x squared, and we know we need this negative 10 at the end. And then the best thing to do is to give some of them a go. Now, the more you practice these, the easier it's going to get to sort of think about what you need. So let's try the 2 and the 5. So let's try 3x minus 5 and x plus 2. And if we draw and fill in the table, we know we're going to get 3x squared and minus 10. So we need to check these terms in x. So we're going to get minus 5x and 6x. Well, they don't combine together to make negative 13. So this one doesn't work. So why don't we try it the other way round? 3x plus 2 and x minus 5. So again, we know we get 3x squared and minus 10. And now we need to see what we get in the other positions. So we get 2x and minus 15x. And when we put those together, we do get negative 13x. So our answer is 3x plus 2 and x minus 5. Factorise 2x squared plus 14x minus 16. Okay, so double bracket, 2x and x. We need one positive and one negative because we've got a negative at the end. We don't know which way around that is yet. And we need 16. So 1 and 16 or 2 and 8, remembering one of them needs to be negative. So we need to pick one to try. So let's try 2 and 8. Let's try negative 2 and plus 8. Draw a table. 2x take away 2, x plus 8. We know that gives us our 2x squared term and our negative 16. And now we need to check the middle section. So x times negative 2 is negative 2x, and 8 times 2x is 16x, and the difference between those is 14x. So I've got it on my first try. 2x subtract 2 and x plus 8. If you don't get it on the first try, you just need to try another combination until you do get it. Factorise 2x subtract 11x plus 15. So 2 brackets and then 2x and x. Now it's a positive at the end, but there's a negative in the middle. So both of these brackets need to be negative. Things that multiply to make 15. 1 and 15, 3 and 5. So let's start with 2x minus 3 and x minus 5 and see what we get when we multiply it out. So draw a table. 2x minus 3, x minus 5. So we've got 2x squared and positive 15, which we knew we would have. And now we're checking the x terms. Minus 3x and minus 10x. That doesn't make minus 11, so it's not this one. Let's try it the other way round. So we've got 2x minus 5 and x minus 3. Again, we know we've got 2x squared and plus 15. Now let's try the x terms. So minus 5x and minus 6x. And when we combine those, we get minus 11. So it's 2x minus 5 and x minus 3. Factorise 3x squared minus 22x plus 7. So to get the 3, we need a 3x and an x. We want a positive at the end and a negative in the middle, so both of these must be negative. And then the only way of making 7 is 1 and 7. We just need to decide which way round. Now looking at it, I can see that the 22 in the middle is quite a big number, so I'm probably going to want to multiply that 7 by 3. So I'm going to put that in this bracket, x minus 7, and then 3x minus 1. And I'm going to check to see if it works using the table. So 3x times x is 3x squared, and minus 1 times minus 7 is 7. Now let's do the x terms. X times minus 1 minus x, and minus 7 times 3x is minus 21x. So together they combine to give minus 22x. So we've got 3x minus 1 and x minus 7. Factorise 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. So we need 2 brackets. And we want to make 9. So we could use 1 and 9, or we could use 3 and 3. But this is actually a special type. And you can spot it by the fact that the 9 and the 16, the 9 in front of the x squared and the 16 at the end, are both square numbers. So that tells me that this is going to be 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4, or 3x plus 4 squared. You'll get used to spotting these, but you're looking for a square number in front of the x squared and a square number at the end. And we're going to check that this is actually true using our grid. So 3x plus 4, 3x plus 4. Then we've got 9x squared, and at the end we've got the plus 16. And then these terms in x, we've got 3x times 4 is 12x, and 4 times 3x is 12x. So you can see it makes 24. Factorise 16x squared minus 9. So again, you can see that you've got a square number at the start and a square number at the end, but also that you don't have a term in x, which means they need to cancel out. So you want the brackets to be even, basically. So you're going to have 4x minus 3 and 4x plus 3. This is called the difference of two squares. And if you work that out using the table, so 4x minus 3, 4x plus 3, you can see you get 16x squared and the minus 9 at the end. And in the middle terms, you've got 4x times 3, which is 12x, and 4x times minus 3, which is minus 12x. So they cancel out. So that you can keep practicing this topic, I've linked a free worksheet with worked solutions. For every video I do, I always link a worksheet with worked solutions. To make sure you don't miss out on any of these videos or worksheets, click subscribe.